Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But the fire is so delightful.
It's Chanukah in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Bum.
Bum. Alright. Greetings, season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Monkey.
The monkey.
And welcome to one of the last episodes of Christmas in July, the show where we drive ourselves crazy watching Christmas specials every night of the month of July.
Crazy? I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you the crazy one? You haven't been watching the specials.
Don't crush the man's festivity, Tiki.
I had to see the one. I'm going to be recollecting one in a moment.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and I'm not the kind of guy who does that normally this time of year.
Are you really that disgruntled that I made you watch the Addams Family Christmas special?
Like,
No, of course I'm just playing this all for, what's the word? Exaggeration? Of course I'm exaggerating. It's what we do on this channel.
Alright, alright.
Among other things.
Tonight,
Insanity's half the battle.
What?
Insanity's half the battle.
Oh, God. Okay, so we have a very special episode for you guys tonight. The one and only Christmas in July episode that isn't really a Christmas special. It's got a Christmas special in it, which we'll talk about.
Kind of two, actually.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
We'll get to that.
But, Monkey, what are we reviewing tonight?
We're reviewing Rugrats special, simply entitled Chanukah.
Or, as Branding has put it now, it's a Rugrats Hanukkah. Oh, God. Okay, so, Monkey, what made you inclined to join us for this one?
Let's see. This one and I go way, way back.
You're scaring me, Monkey.
Yeah, I go way back with this one. I've been watching this one pretty much all of my life. If I may admit, I'm actually a Jew myself. Oh, big reveal.
Oh.
And yeah, so yeah, that's like that. And this episode, it might actually be the first episode of Rugrats I saw. It probably is.
I gotta say, too, fellas, I also got a connection to this one.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
What is your connection?
Oh, I was saying I learned, this is pretty much when I learned about Hanukkah when I was a kid.
Oh, okay, okay.
What's a good one to learn it from?
Yeah. But anyway, so why, in particular, so we're shaking up with Hanukkah. Any more reasons to why that is?
Any more reasons with this one? I don't know. It's a time to talk about it. I've got so much history with it. I don't know.
All right, interesting. So,
Let me ask you this.
Was this pretty much the only Hanukkah special that was like really mainstream at the time, or were there others?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Oh, like it was definitely one of the first to really bring the holiday, to a really mainstream audience. Like, I don't want to say it's like an obscure holiday or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like with this episode, I feel like we got a lot more references to Hanukkah going forward in other Christmas specials. It kind of paved the way for the As Told by Ginger special. Of course, the South Park stuff, which is glorious.
Yeah. And of course, Rugrats has, had the Jewish stuff in it since the first episode, really.
True.
Yeah.
I gotta mention, something that's interesting about this special in retrospect is that you gotta remember, this might have been, back in the day, this might have been actually kind of a dicey idea, like an edgy idea to do a Hanukkah special for kids.
They'd already done the Passover one by this point.
Oh, so they did the Passover one by this point.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was they wanted to do a Hanukkah one, but then the people at Nick were like, no, maybe do a Passover one. That would be a funny idea. They did
Yeah, the
Passover one.
Yeah,
that
the
went
Passover
well,
one's
so then
one
they
of my
ended up doing this one.
The Passover one's one of my favorites. I like that one.
All right, so
Anyway.
But I'm just saying, it's something you didn't really see that much of the cartoons back in the day, talking about holidays aside from the biggie being Christmas.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to deviate from our usual Christmas formula, but I'm sure there's going to be some themes.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I think it surprisingly sticks very close to the formula of the Christmas special.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to find some at least some similar elements in our periodic table of holiday greatness.
That needs to be a real thing. It's the periodic table of holiday greatness. Someone needs to make that image. Basket buddy?
If only he was watching. I hope he still watches.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for next year's Christmas in July, I can actually get like a background. Like just get a big poster board.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, anyways, Monkey, do you want to kind of take us through this episode, and then me and Blue Dragon 5 will comment as we see fit?
Oh, gladly. Okay, so the episode begins. Long ago, in the land of Israel. There's a good chance I'm probably going to be. A lot of these summaries are going to be quotations, maybe.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be quoting this a lot. Long ago, in the land of Israel, the Jewish people lived happily with their neighbors, the ancient Greeks. But one day, there came a new king of the Greeks who wanted everyone to be just like him. Kind of embarrassing. We never do see their version of the king. It's just
At first, I thought it was Angelica, but then we saw Angelica there. But apparently,
Yeah.
whoever this king is also like Cynthia.
Yeah.
I love how
We can read a book all about Plato!
I love that gag.
Especially in stuff like the Rugrats movie where there's Cynthia relics all over the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny, like, we go from a joke about Plato, like, oh, a whole joke about Plato, and then we just whip right into, you also have to worship his gods! Kind of heavy.
Oh,
And apparently Cynthia is one of them.
Yep.
So then we see some of the life, they're like, some people thought this way of life was fine. And here's a great thing. So in the back, did you notice during that bit with Phil and Lil, there's some store in the background?
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I've actually mentioned this joke, like probably in the Rugrats Go Wild episode, but
okay.
So the letters above the door to the building, basically. Okay, hold on. Did you notice what the sign in the doorway said? Cut rate.
No, what's it say?
Yeah, so there's this sign in the doorway. It says cut rate.
Oh,
and
okay.
the letters, and above the building is like, the letters, Hebrew letters, and basically that place is where to go for circumcisions.
Oh no.
Isn't that
wow.
great?
You'll never get ahead in life.
Quote of the night, maybe. Hope. I kind of hope it'll be topped, but yeah, it's still a good one.
Well, I think the whole point of that is not going to be topped. So anyway, moving on.
Yeah, it's okay. We just need you for all future circumcision jokes.
That's Blue Dragon 5's mainstay on the channel now. Forget Batman expert. Now he's circumcision expert.
Oh, guys, let's cut to the chase here. Come on.
Okay, so Tommy and Chucky are sneaking a Torah into into a cave so they can read it secretly because they don't like this way. But it's the book for their forefathers and their five fathers and their six fathers, and I'm not stopping now. And of course, the Torah is a pop-up book.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I dropped a prop. Okay, so
It has like all the stories.
Yeah. And like Noah, you pulled a tab in the Red Sea.
Yeah, it just reminds me how much I love that Rugrats Passover episode too. He's mentioning that the Red Sea. Yeah.
Okay, so and then one of the guards comes in, sees like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Nothing. We're just playing with our dreidels.
Yeah, they looked
out
out the dreidels like really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's
Well, let me see the dreidel again.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna bring it back later for a pun. So.
Hooray! Okay, keep going.
Yay, pun.
Okay, so, but of course, sees the Torah, takes it, and Tommy is so angry he crushes his dreidel in his hands.
Yeah, that's a little odd for Tommy's character. They'd be that strong to crush the dreidel.
Come on, it's the Torah.
He's got a point.
The book of his forefathers and his 5 fathers and his 6 fathers.
Now,
And his 7 cousins.
I was kind of
Okay,
wondering.
so
I was kind of wondering, is the design of this guard kid that comes in, is it based on a bully or anything from the show, or is it just a miscellaneous?
not that I can think of.
Well, it might be. I mean, I'm vaguely remembering. I remember in this episode where Chucky got hit on because he was in drag, and
I'm pretty sure that was after this one.
the thing is, yeah, they might have had the model on hand. They just repurposed it later on. Is what I'm saying. So. I don't know if it was the McNulty boys that were hitting on Chucky. I think they were. So regardless, I think they might have used it as a bully. Or no, actually, it might be the kid who Chucky knocks down with the ants in the pants. It might be that kid.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. It could be just a random character for a kid.
Yeah.
Well, this guard sounds way older than 3.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, what are you babies doing here?
maybe it's a little person. You don't know.
Sadly,
insert Farquaad joke here. I just totally see Farquaad coming in like, what are you babies doing here?
he must be compensating for something.
What are you babies doing here?
Run!
And he leaves with the Torah singing, "What's up, Duloc?" What's this? Haha! Things are looking up. Oh God, I feel
Run
dirty.
as fast as you can.
You can't catch me. I'm the Latka man.
The Latka. Every time I hear Latka, I keep thinking of Taxi.
Okay, so
Latka, get in here. Anyway, keep going.
okay, so Tommy decides to go fight as Judah the Maccabee, or because a Maccabee's got to do what a Maccabee's got to do.
Then this awesome battle happens.
And then he gathers a whole army. Gathers a whole army, and Phil and Lil just change sides just in a wink. Rip out the Greek outfits, and they're Maccabees now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Phil and Lil for you.
They're very handy.
I mean, look at the Rugrats movie. They basically leave Dill to die.
Well, to be honest,
it's for kids!
well, in that movie, I mean, you can't really blame them.
Okay, so...
Hey, I really like the Dill storyline as someone with a little brother myself. I'm
just saying, you weren't that sympathetic towards Dill because he was really... It's not his fault because he's less than a year old, but still.
That moment with the
responsibilities.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
It really gets to me, and where hello.
Keep going.
And where Dill puts the blanket over Tommy in the cave. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. But still, it's not enough for. Anyway, keep going, man.
Okay, so and the battle, it's in a picture with actual adults. And turns out
the Fun Times with Weapons episode of South Park where they're all epic anime characters.
Okay,
all right.
So then it turns out Minka was just reading a story. Dee Dee asks her to help with latkes.
Mm-hmm.
And Boris is excited. Latkes! Oh, I love this holiday!
I enjoy Grandpa Boris. Not as much as Grandpa
I swear,
Lou.
he and Minka are probably my favorite characters in the series.
At least
I concur. They are wonderful side characters.
Yeah. No, we know Grandpa Boris is far better parent than Dee Dee is.
Oh God. Yeah, me and Blue Dragon 5 have this running thing where we.
Yeah, I heard. I remember.
Yeah, Dee Dee is a horrible parent. I'm sorry.
She aged terribly as a character. She's just a bad character.
I'm sorry. She just doesn't hold up that well when you really look at the series.
It's kind of funny when you look in the first season. In that season, she was kind of bitchier.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but that's for another day. So.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
So Angelica wants to find now I can watch my TV special in peace. Where's that TV clicker? And Spike sits on it.
Yeah. Anyway, we also see at this point like the babies are confused, like what they mean Hanukkah is,
almost, not quite yet.
Oh, not. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No, so then we're in the kitchen, and Chaz is pretty much learning about potato pancakes and donuts being fried to resemble the miracle of Hanukkah, and then we get what is one of the most probably the most legendary line of this episode, and maybe even one of the most legendary lines of the whole series. From Grandpa Borgle. The miracle is, these things have clogged our people's arteries for 2,000 years, yet we survive.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, latkes.
So then Chaz tells him that the play Grandpa Boris is in at the synagogue with the other seniors made the front page. Boris is excited because they took his picture, but no. Like a vote, they used Shlomo's picture instead of mine!
How are they using Shlomo's picture instead of mine?
Why did you say I love the name Shlomo? It's just a fun name to say.
It's kind of funny because, like, Shlomo, I just know it. I mainly know that name from this. So if I hear that name outside of this episode, I'm probably just going to think of this episode. Anyway. Yeah, so. It's kind of funny. Like, a friend of mine reviewed Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars recently.
Oh, God.
And then afterwards, I was looking at the cast list, and I recognized the name of the guy who voiced Shlomo. Like he was the hearing aid. So.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
There's something. Okay, so we learn Shlomo was a schoolmate of Boris back in Russia. They're like, what friend? Ever since we were little, he always tried to outdo me. I caught the smelt, he caught the sturgeon. I caught the cold, he caught the pneumonia. I start a family, he starts his fancy business. Got it?
I love the dynamic between business and family in this episode.
You see what I was talking about back in the Rent podcast, how I drew those parallels?
What?
You remember in Rent near the end of Rent, I said how I was drawing parallels between Shlomo and Boris and Benny and the rest of the cast of Rent.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's like...
Okay.
Yeah, Shlomo was Benny. So anyway, and save your breath, Dietler. If Shlomo and Boris get through tonight's performance without killing each other, that will be the miracle of Hanukkah. So, back with the babies, Lil and Phil are complaining about how the dreidels don't taste like clay and the money doesn't taste as good as the ones under the couch.
Those kids are oddballs.
Sanitary.
I'm just imagining, like, Family Guy, Phil eats so many nickels he goes blind.
Peter. Yeah, I think Peter eats so many nickels.
Anyway, and there's a strange smell, which isn't Lillian. It's the pancakes, which you're not supposed to make in the nighttime.
Yeah, what? You can't make pancakes in the nighttime. Who does that?
I have.
And then there's the menorah on top of the TV set. They don't know what it is. I wonder, do you think there might be any significance about how, with the amount of candles that are lit, it's the last night?
Well, there's definitely there is significance because they say I've been doing this the whole week.
Yeah, like if somebody explains, like, I don't know, but I have to wear this funny hat while Grandpa Boris says some words I don't understand, and Mom lights another candle.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he got the present! Which
That's
weird
a clown mask.
pillow thing.
Yeah, scares the crap out of Chucky.
He just falls.
Like, who would get that for a 1-year-old?
It's
Yeah, good point.
Monkey, can you attest to like the gift qualities of the Hanukkah gifts?
I'd say it's good. You know, of course, with the economy being what it is as of now, it's not like when I was a child.
Because the stereotype is you get the stereotype, at least on Family Guy, is that you get 8 crappy gifts on Hanukkah.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just saying that's the stereotype.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's all that true.
Kind of like where the first night, like they kind of like get better and better as it goes on.
Maybe it depends on the year.
Okay.
And like I said, like I said, these times financially, it's not even a gift every night.
I totally hear you.
We'll use a gift card.
Basically, my Christmas now is just I get $100 to spend on Amazon.
Yeah, and 2 copies of The Disaster Artist.
Yeah. Well, one was for my birthday. Actually, both of those were.
Well,
I
all
know,
Walter
I'm
White
just-
gets for Christmas is 2 copies of Mr. McGoran's Wonder Emporium
Okay, so.
and cancer.
Yes, can't forget that.
Okay, so Phil and Lowell suggest that maybe it's Tommy's birthday every night. Now he's all grown up and he needs to get a job.
that line really stung because I'm all grown up and I don't have a job because the economy fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the closest thing I have to a job, and that's kind of sad.
Mm.
Hey, what do you do for a living? I review Christmas specials.
Just
So,
imagine you walking up on the street the way you say you put on the hat.
okay, so then they try to blow out the candles, and full disclosure, yes, I think like I used to try and do that when I was really little. I'm pretty sure like when I was 5, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
They have yelled at you if you did?
But I don't know. I wouldn't say yelled at, but I remember like in Nick magazine, like in a December issue, there was a gag about some kid at a menorah, like, okay, now can I blow them out?
So like, what is it? Like, is it heresy that you blow it? Like, is it you can't light it the whole night, or can you relight it if it blows out? So how strict are they with that sort of
I don't
thing?
know about relight. I don't know. It's just they light and eventually they burn out and it smells amazing.
Like, you'd imagine some kid at some point, or at least on some sitcom, will get the idea, blow the candle out so we get an extra day of gifts.
Well, of course, remember, like, age of the child to be considered.
Certainly. Alright,
Okay, so they fail to. Tommy gets up and he tries to blow out the candles, but Angelica startles them, so they all fall.
Yeah.
And like, hey, be nice, Angelica. It's Tommy's birthday. We was gonna blow out his candles. You
It's
dumb
not
baby.
Tommy's birthday, you dumb babies.
Those are for Hanukkah.
Oh, jeez. Every time I hear-
Harmonica. Oh wait, hold on.
it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Harmonica.
Nice.
It was perfect. Okay, so no, you have to when you say it. I have to say, like, I kind of like how they present Angelica's view of Hanukkah. Like,
I love it. It's
like
the time when all the
time
best
between
was-
Christmas and Thanksgiving, and all the best specials are on TV. Like some years, like last year, sometimes it might start before Thanksgiving.
Oh God. hence why you're not on a lot of Christmas in Julys.
What?
I said hence why you're not on a lot of Christmas in Julys, because Christmas is just starting earlier and earlier every year.
Yeah. Did I mention how I saw a Christmas commercial in February this year? Hallmark Channel, admittedly, but nevertheless, February.
That doesn't count. Hallmark specials always airing Christmas specials.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they just wait. Was it a Christmas special or just a commercial?
I don't remember. It was a commercial, maybe for some kind of Christmas thing.
Okay, what probably happened was there was probably like just a Christmas commercial in their like commercial reel that they forgot to take out or some shit like that.
Well, anyway, so
next.
and Angelica accidentally throws the remote out of her hand before she can watch the Christmas Extravaganza special.
Which we all agree that if that was a real thing, we would watch the hell out of that.
Oh, remember what the other Christmas special was, don't you?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Do we go to Stu now, or?
Yeah, we go to Stu in the basement.
I love Stu's arc in this.
Yeah, he's like, I want Tommy to be proud of his heritage, and I want to show Dee Dee I'm supportive of Hanukkah.
That's nice. That's a nice message.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I like how he's blissfully ignorant. Like, he doesn't know how it works, but he's trying. That's what matters.
Yeah. But I thought of this. This is probably going to be really mean and not applicable to every situation, but the next bit of dialogue between Lou and Stu, I could just imagine Julie Taymor haters using. Well, I think you're overdoing it. When they see this, they won't say I overdid it. They'll say, I'm a genius.
Wow. That sums up across the universe in a nutshell.
Or Arachne, instead of Arachne joke here. I've been wondering whether to save that joke just now until, like, use it tonight or wait until we cover The Lion King and Disney theatrical. Yeah, I used it now.
One of the big
anyway, so
jokes between me and my friends with Across the Universe is how many times Jude says, but he abandoned my mom. He abandoned my mom. It's like a drinking game. He says that so many times. He abandoned me more. He abandoned me more. I have to be mad at this person because he abandoned me more. All right. Anyway.
Okay, so and when Stu turns it on, it causes a brief power surge.
Big surprise there.
Working on the menorah for the play. I hope he's not doing anything inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's like
Thanks
this
for
big
that.
showy thing with the candles and the spinning lights and the dreidel and the little dancing robots.
However, that was nice. That was a cool looking float.
I love the dancing robots. Would you consider that offensive?
Hey!
Yes.
Yeah?
Do you consider that offensive?
No?
Oh.
No. Okay.
But of
fair
course,
enough.
the thing that starts to go haywire, the dreidel spins off and then it blows up.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Can I just say the dreidels are cool?
Less.
Yeah, what was that, Dragon?
Can I just say the dreidels are cool?
Wait, you can't really see it.
You just did like the immigrant song.
What?
You just did like the immigrant song. You just went like ah.
Is that what it's called? Immigrant Song or whatever it is?
Yeah, the Led Zeppelin song where it's just like ah. Ah.
I swear this thing smells like Hanukkah.
Smells like latkes?
I'm personally not a latke person myself, but yeah. Well, anyway, so
It smells like synagogue?
you know, so
Okay, keep going.
so Dee Dee, the explosion. And Dee Dee goes, Stu, it's time for the fair. And Stu runs up like all covered in soot and his shirt's kind of blown up. Like, I'll meet you at the church. And downstairs with the fire extinguisher is Lou. It's a synagogue, Hanukkah boy!
I love
that.
Grandpa Lou.
Yeah. And then we get Sit Tonight after Santa versus the alien. Santa's like the chimney to fire the gifts out of it. Okay. Honestly, between that and Cynthia, I'd rather see versus the alien.
It's like Santa Claus meets Kiss, or Kiss Saves Santa.
But isn't that
was versus the alien?
Don't they actually have like Santa Claus versus the Martians or something like
I
that?
was just gonna say, do you think that this versus the alien thing is a reference to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians?
It probably
it
is.
Conquers the Martians. No, personally, I'd rather see the Cynthia special.
Yeah.
We should mention that, again, these Christmas specials are kind of connecting to our formula of Christmas specials within Christmas specials.
Of course.
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Good times.
Somebody kidnapped Santa? That does not rock!
Maybe I'll talk more about Martians another day, but...
Anyway, so yeah, just the idea of Cynthia has a... Briefly on Cynthia having a cartoon. So Cynthia has a...
And this is like the first episode where we see what her hair probably looked like.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. Yeah, so you notice Angelica's toy has like this really ragged hair, and you would think, oh man, Cynthia has a really ugly toy line, but no. You see all the little divots in the toy, it makes sense that she would have longer hair, more Barbie-like hair.
Yeah.
It's just a very Cynthia Christmas.
You know what I would die for? I would die for a Cynthia cameo in a Toy Story movie.
No.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I've seen some stuff. Like the little girl that used to be my owner. No. Like her whole thing was like anti-owner.
Oh God, if they could actually, make that licensed character deal. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, they've had a support group for abandonment. What if they had a support group for crazy past owners? Like a battered women's group of toys.
It'd be like the Wreck-It Ralph. It'd be like the Wreck-It Ralph support group. Okay. Anyway.
So then Tommy and Chucky observe Boris complaining about Shlomo. I enjoy the role of king for subtle complexity. Subtle complexity, my tuchus. You just wanted the king so we could poke me with a sword all week at rehearsal. Poking. What am I, a pincushion?
I love how that comes back too.
Oh yeah.
And of
So
course,
then-
Angelica's arc is basically missing. She's missing your Christmas special and her quest for the Christmas special.
Yeah. Quest for the Christmas special.
So appropriate. So appropriate.
And then the meanie of Hanukkah.
Yeah, so Dee Dee turns the TV off because I don't care about the meaning of Hanukkah. I want my special. And before slamming the door, Boris just throws his newspaper to the ground like, "This plague will be the end of me! Meaning of Hanukkah!" The babies look at the newspaper. The meaning of Hanukkah.
Okay,
No
this
wonder your grandpa doesn't want to play with him. I had to play with a meanie at daycare once.
this is one of my little nitpicks of like
Rugrats.
post season 2 or so Rugrats. Is that like a good majority of Rugrats storylines are just like, oh, we misunderstood one word that the adults are saying.
Yeah, but that's kind
Yeah.
of a neat idea, though.
Like the go-to thing for me that I always rag on is the Amanda Bynes thing.
I got pickles.
Oh, you guys all know how I don't like dill pickles.
Yeah, you get a
For
point.
some-
Yeah, well, that,
For some
that
reason,
was
the elephant one comes to mind for me, where like they're gonna be in the cabin, and Sue mentioned something about the elements, and Tommy and Chucky become worried that the cabin's gonna get squashed by elephants.
Look, all I'm saying is that it's basically the same plot over and over again, and it gets kind of repetitive.
a good example of
It's not
that.
a neat idea. I just think, like, in terms of storytelling devices, it's kind of a crutch.
You're right. At times it gets old. You're definitely right. However, later good examples like the chocolate chip's one of my favorite examples of that.
Right.
The championship chocolate chip thing. That was kind of a neat
Yeah.
one.
Right, and the bowling one, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so back to
Yeah.
Rugrats. So Chucky tells the horror story about the meanie at daycare who pushed him up the slide, and oh my God, what did he do with the monkey bars? Oh my God, I'm actually blanking out on this. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, the
He
kid
hung me
buried.
from the monkey bars, maybe.
Yeah, hung him from the
You
monkey
guys are
bars,
leaning on it. I mean, come on, get with it.
and eventually
Yeah.
like dug him in the sand.
You hung me from the monkey bars, and he put a worm on my head. And if it's a grown-up meanie, it'll be worse than that.
Yes, Chucky, yes it will.
So the teacher came over and pulled me out of the sand, and then she made us both take a nap. So they need.
Why are you making
I mean,
Chucky
besides
take
the-
a nap? What do you
Maybe
do
it
wrong?
just so happened to be nap time.
Nah. I think it's a miscarriage of justice.
In my experiences with bullying, like basically what the only thing that would happen is that they pull the kid in question into like a counseling session, and they're like, okay, now you're not gonna make fun of him anymore, are you? They're like, no.
Okay, well, look, we know the bullying thing's flawed. Let's not dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
Like immediately after leaving the office, abuse continues. But anyways,
Yes.
going to the synagogue, and Angelica
The
asks
cinema
if they have a
bar.
TV.
I
That
love
meaning
how
going
Angelica's
down.
flatter Aunt Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Well, Dee Dee's not too bright.
so-
She might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, I like how
Yeah.
Angelica
Well,
literally.
no,
like,
well, she shoots Angelica a look.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so they go into the Hanukkah fair, like all the stuff, like all the spinning dreidels and the photo op and the latke eating contest, which Angelica tries. And she's disgusted by them. Potatoes? Who makes pancakes out of potatoes? Throws it, and the guy dressed as a dreidel carrying the donuts, like slips, he spins around, falls, gimbal side up, and then, in another legendary moment of Rugrats history, the old man passes by, sees gimbal side up, I win! And he takes the box and walks off.
I remember that. That was so. I wrote something down about that. I said, "Oh, that's just the random donut guy wins."
I love that guy!
I actually thought the random donut guy was going to be Shlomo at first. I hadn't watched
And then
this in a long time, so I forgot what Shlomo's design looked like.
For a second, I thought it was like the understudy guy was Shlomo for a moment.
Right. Oh, God.
Yeah, look at him. And Angelica steps on the dreidel guy. So then, backstage, the rabbi rushes in. People! Fred King is sick tonight, so Lowell Armstrong will be playing the part of the village kvetch. Village kvetch? You said I'd be playing the king. I said you'd be replacing Mr. King. But I prepared a monologue with music. Three legendary moments from this special. You know, clogged our people's arteries. I win. I prepared a monologue with music, or just this character in general.
I've taken a few theater classes in college, and I must say there is like one of that guy in every theater class in every every state, in every college in America. I guarantee you.
Wonderful.
And I'm sure you can attest to that, Monkey.
I'm actually not sure if I've experienced that. Maybe I have and I don't know it?
That's strange, because to me, that guy is like every, like, overly... Okay,
Alright.
No, I just want someone in a theater class to say, but I prepared a monologue with music.
basically, like, in every theater class, there's the guy that goes, like, above and beyond to the point where it gets really obnoxious. That's the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Anyway, so I think we're with Stu now, aren't we?
Yeah, because he's stuck in traffic.
I
I can't
love
believe how
the-
slow this traffic is moving.
This guy is funny.
Yeah, and he's stuck in the Christmas parade.
He doesn't realize he's in a parade.
Interesting bit of trivia, like, the music, you know how the music during the parade is Deck the Halls?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not in the original broadcast.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, I don't remember what it originally was, but they had to change it due to copyright.
There's copyright on Deck the Halls?
No, they had to change it to Deck the Halls because the song they used at first was copyrighted.
You think it was Jingle Bells or something?
Something like that.
Weird. It was
Yeah,
not
so
I bet you it was Wonderful Time of the Year.
I don't think it was that.
Let It Snow?
White Christmas?
Maybe White Christmas.
Maybe. Okay, so now we meet Shlomo.
Oh, yes.
Slow-mo!
Hello, Boris! How's the family? So Angelica goes into the room.
She's following the janitor because it's her quest for
Not yet.
TV. Oh,
No,
not yet?
She finds the Torah, thinking she sees the Ark, thinks it's going to be an entertainment center, but no, it's the Torah.
I've had that happen as a kid. I can relate to that, where it's like you see like this elaborate thing and you think like, oh, there's going to be a TV. No, it's just a bunch of boring adult stuff.
You know, whenever I see one of those big TV cabinet gags, you know, I keep thinking of that bit from Ed, Edd and Eddy with the little TV within the cabinet, the tiny TV.
Okay, so the rabbi shows up and tries to lecture her about the Torah, but then Angelica sees the janitor's TV set and runs off after him. But then out of the men's room comes Dreidel guy. You! I broke a shin because of you! Four legendary moments. Okay, so he takes her to drags her to the nursery. Meanwhile, the play's about to begin, and the babies haven't found the meanie. So, well, look on the bright side. Never mind.
Nice.
The play begins. Tommy, Grandpa Boris!
Yes.
Boris says Judah found a quiet moment to study. Shlomo comes in and he gets some entrance applause. Interesting.
I love how the first thing he does is just go for the sword and starts poking Boris.
Yeah. I command you to stop! Punch it with that thing!
Now, I like in this scene how they're basically enacting what the story was saying earlier on in the special.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so the babies recognize the meaning of Hanukkah and charge onto the stage, much to Dee Dee's shock?
I must say, that's a great place to cut for commercial.
Yeah. And we never see exactly how they get removed, because then it cuts to...
No, I was kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah, I was waiting. We know Dee Dee's a bad parent.
Fantasy world, kind of colliding with the real world, and that would have been a great example. Where it's in their mind, they're having, this big epic quest, and then in reality, it's just, a bunch of babies causing a fuss.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Dee's a bad parent. We still got to show that, though. Show her depths of her failure.
Okay, so Angelica...
I'm kidding, but still, women, I see him charge on stage.
So we come back. Angelica's in the nursery. She can't open the door because it's locked from the inside. And she sees the babies being brought in.
It's worth noting, though, that it's one of those weird little, half doors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and she's like trying to jump over it because there's a TV in I believe in a security room, right?
In the janitor's room.
Oh, it's a janitor's room. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same
it's
TV.
like
She was
jump
following.
over the
Yeah,
door.
so we have that lady who works in the nursery, Esther. Like, I have to say, I kind of feel like I might know someone like her, like this Esther character. Or knew someone like that. Well, anyway, so Dee Dee leaves to enjoy the rest of the play. And Angelica finds out what the babies were up to, and decides to use them to her advantage.
Oh yes, good old Angelica.
She tells them, like, you know what you really need? And it's not Hoppity Hop, a kangaroo, or a raisin.
No. Okay, hold up, because I have a joke for this. Okay, so
okay.
So she's like, okay, you know the one thing that you need to give grown-ups a nap? And then immediately I was just like, drugs!
Yeah. But those drugs are so boring. Okay, so she convinced them it's a TV, because like Grandpa Lou always falls asleep at the TV.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I know right where you can find one. So back to the play.
I can just hear that Angelica theme playing, like the whole piano is like dun dun. They always play like the thinking music whenever she schemes something. I used to imagine that. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so back to the play where Boris accidentally slices Shlomo's pants off.
And it turns into an old man fight.
Yeah, and Chaz had no idea Hanukkah was so interesting.
If only.
And you have the rabbi in the wings looking in the script. I'm lost.
I give up.
Yes. So they quickly close the curtain, and the rabbi calls on the Zion Women's Choir to sing. Meanwhile, the babies break out because Esther was too busy changing a baby.
Neglectful adults in the Rugrats universe.
He takes after Dee Dee. Is she related to Dee Dee in any way?
Okay, let's not.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding. They both
so
horrible parenting.
Yes.
Anyway, so then we finally get the. So then Boris and Shlomo finally reach the boiling point, what all of this rivalry is built up to. You mind if I just quote it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay. All my life you're upstaging me! Me? You're the one who's always bragging. My children this and my grandchildren that. On and on. You'd be proud of your children too if you had any, but no, you're too busy with your fancy business deals. Is that what you think? That's what you said! So sue me, I lied! Sadie and I, may she rest in peace, were never blessed with children. All I had was my fancy schmancy business deals. Mr. Knows so much!
I love this moment.
Great moment. This really turned it all on its head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, might I mention, can we agree that Boris is kind of the Scrooge?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Angelica doesn't change at all, so I guess Boris is the Scrooge.
No, Angelica might change.
Well,
I don't count Angelica because as superficial as it is, she is in the spirit.
Yeah, way more than the Thanksgiving episode, at least.
But with Boris, he's just like pissed off and on the spirit the whole episode.
Yeah. And then when he finds out, and like he doesn't even say anything, we just see the look on his face.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that moment. Just
when he gives the crown.
Something nice about.
Just
something nice about this.
Yeah, you be king.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, if I may interject before we get to him, it's like, yeah, that is something really nice about the special. How you got the whole meaning of Hanukkah plot for the little kids watching, and then for older audiences, you still have the thing with Shlomo and Boris.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
It's just the idea of. It's an interesting idea that Boris is so embittered. Well, not so embittered. It's more like he's got this rivalry going with this guy. He just thinks he's kind of better. He thinks he's himself better than everyone else. And
it's a false assumption.
Mm-hmm. And it's really kind of like, it's a dark, bitter reality that he and his wife couldn't conceive.
Yeah, very up-like, of course.
Yes, very. That went to my head. Yes, like that. That's sad. You know, he couldn't conceive. He couldn't have a family, so all he had to fall back was his success and his, I guess, somewhat greed.
Yeah. So doesn't want to be king. So Boris doesn't want. Boris decides not to be the king. And he hands it to Lowell Onstein, who
I love.
his reaction.
I love how quiet that scene was too. Basically, here you go,
Oh,
Boris. Now you can be king.
Yeah, you just have the women's choir in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Boris says, "Here you can be king."
Yeah.
Gives
You
to
can
the
be
other
king.
understudy.
Like, who hears it, looks over, and then he's just so thrilled. So thrilled. And then when the women's choir is over, he rushes on stage, starts playing his music. To be or Maccabee? That is the question.
What a schmuck.
Remind me, did I count the entire character as a legendary thing, or just the monologue with music line?
I think you just can't monologue with music.
Okay, so then this will be number 5.
Well, you need 3 more.
Yes. Yeah, there will very possibly be one, at least one, maybe. So back to the babies. They found the TV, and they eventually managed to bring it down. And Angelica just runs off with it. And then you got Chucky. Like, well, who could have seen that coming? And Angelica just runs to the stage door. Like, Angelica, what about the meaning of Hanukkah? Stupid babies, there is no meaning of... She runs into slow-mo and accidentally drops the TV and it breaks.
Womp womp.
And the babies hide, like, the door just closes, they hide from the meanie.
The meanie!
It's the meanie! Angelica sees the TV shattered and starts bawling, starts crying.
Ugh.
Like, slow-mo's like, you wanna watch the tube? And the TV just falls off the handle.
Fine. I love how he delivers it.
And Angelica just starts bawling her eyes out.
Because I gotta say, with her animation model, doesn't look that good. You know, she's got the misshapen mouth doing that and the teeth.
Yeah, it's
not
very
that
long. I mean, just Angelica crying in general is kind of unnatural for this extended period of time. But yeah, that mixed with the animation.
Funny comes like after. Something I've realized is that after this whole thing here, Angelica doesn't say a word for the rest of the episode.
And true.
Yeah,
That's
going
very
all 12 angry men on us.
I don't know. I enjoy the silence, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I'm not complaining at all.
I don't think
But
anyone's
anyway, so-
complaining at all. Yeah, but
I'm complaining because I wanted to see the resolution to the Cindy of Christmas. I wanted to at least see a clip of it.
yeah, you got a point there. But something I did like, something that's neat about this when you really think about it. I like how, okay, so now we found out that Shlomo, he has no experience kids because he never had the ability to be a father.
I'm not a people person!
Yeah. And yet now he's kind of faced with kind of what he's kind of been lacking all those years, and he is unequipped for it.
Yeah, and of course these two stories, like the A plot and the B plot, do come together in the end, and each kind of resolves the other.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so anyway, babies think that the meanie's trying to squeeze Angelica's guts out, so Phil decides to take Tommy's pillowcase and make the meanie think he's a ghost. And he just walks into a pole. Well, like
That wasn't very
scary. Okay, let's call this 6.
But I concur. That was a great moment.
And so they decide to try and read the book to Shlomo. Or get Shlomo to read the book, I'm not sure. And Chucky's all like, oh, fine, goodbye, cool world. So then Boris walks in on this. Like, 1 minute I'm trying to go home, and the next thing I'm up to my dentures and Kinderlach. Angelica, so Boris takes Angelica to comfort her, and and Shlomo ends up being convinced to read the Hanukkah book. They say Shlomo whips out his glasses. Long ago in the land. No, they already hide that part here.
Yeah, I love that, though. Let's go through that again.
So now we catch up to what's happened. So the Maccabees won, but the cities and the temple and the menorah are in ruins. Yeah, what's up? This is messier than our room, huh, Lillian? I don't know, Philip. I can still see the floor. And then, of course, Chuck, hey, Tommy, it's that thingy from the top of your TV. And Phil says, I didn't do it.
Oh, God.
The menorah was broken. Shlomo, they don't know from menorahs.
Then they get a little menorah from a box and they pour the oil in there.
Menorah is like the nightlight of our people. In times of darkness, this brings us together to show us not to be but to be proud of who we really are. Hey, that's not bad, Cookie. You just made that up. I'm thinking it here. Give me a break. And Angelica silently goes over to the Angelica doll and picks it up. And Boris like, your Uncle Shlomo is right. This is like the nightlight of our people. You know, we get some development with Boris there. You know, your Uncle Shlomo.
Oh yeah.
True. And yeah, again, just the basic message, if I may boil it down for time purposes, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's, again, I say this because I really this part of the special always stuck out to me. It's something I really liked about it. Again, just kind of educated me to what Hanukkah really was. So, the legend basically being after the Greeks left the place in ruin, basically after the battle, as far as they left to destroy Israel, they left enough oil to light the menorah for, it would seem, one day, but it kept on.
If I may briefly interject, and at this point the babies are warming up to Shlomo now, like they're moving in closer to him.
Indeed.
Yeah, so, okay, so yeah, the oil.
Yeah, so the oil's, I'm sorry?
Go on.
Yeah, so basically, the oil is supposed to just be light for one day, and the problem with that is it would take 8 days to make more oil, to find more oil. And but
the mirable, whatever that is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the word mirable is number 7.
And the miracle in this case would be that the light kept burning for 8 days, so they could find more oil without being in the dark. And it was as magically, the symbolic thing I got from it is that basically it's the in the darkest hours, basically this light showed promise. So even in the darkest hours, they had some bit of hope to cling to.
Keep going.
Yeah, a bit of hope to cling to. And during the thing, we see we're back to the production, and Stu finally shows up, and basically we're seeing one guy's bombing.
Yeah, so if I may come, and of course, don't you love how during the montage of the nights going by, at some point Phil and Lola are just playing football?
Yep.
Well, anyway, so Stu finally shows up, and some say the lights of Hanukkah.
What a schmuck.
There you are, go, you're on! Well, what about him? Just go already! Nothing,
I like how it's just right in front of him, too.
Yeah, Stevie. Oh, tell me when it's over.
Thanks for being a freaking optimist, Dee.
Yeah. Yeah, your husband.
He's doing this for you. He's doing this for you.
Yeah.
A little gratitude.
So he flicks the switch. A moment, Lolanstein just taps his foot in annoyance. Explosion! And the set is destroyed. The curtain comes down. Didi, look!
It reveals the true miracle of Hanukkah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so now they just see Boris. Oh, yeah, they did put Boris. They did put Shlomo to sleep in the end.
Yeah, they did.
That's great.
No drugs required.
Everyone loves this, so now... Okay, let's just count from this point on as Legendary Moment 8.
Okay. Then basically Boris wakes up.
Oh my. And so ends our little play. And may it be our sincerest Chanukah wish that our Kingalach may carry our tradition for generations to come.
Oh, can I mention real quick how slow kind of callously drops Tommy?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, so then
the kids gathering around for the message and audience in full view, basically wishing everyone happy Hanukkah, pretty much.
Yeah, so say the blessing. Boris says the blessing. And then you have Stu and Lowell Onstein. Like, Stu's like... And Lowell Onstein is still just pissed with him.
Also, I like how what's Boris's wife's name again? Mimi?
Minka.
So yeah, Minka. I like how Minka kind of the miracle she hinted at towards the beginning,
Yeah.
which actually came true. Those two
That's
did
true,
kill each
you're
other, and
right.
that was a miracle.
And another and they're singing. And, look, Tommy, the meanie and your grandpa are playing nice now. I know, it's a miracle. We get
Can I also mention, I like how at the beginning of the special, when we're in the kind of the, well, not flashback, in the imagination of what's happening during the story, how it's Tommy and Chucky who want to learn about Hanukkah, and by the end they have learned something about Hanukkah together.
Oh yeah, and it's the two of them at the very end saying the lines.
Oh yeah, I was kind of like that.
All right.
It kind of relates to our main plot. It's a subtle hint to our main plot of those two guys getting. It's kind of two friends learning about Hanukkah and two friends who know about Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So it's a stretch, but it's something,
Yeah.
In the end, we all learned a little something about Hanukkah, and it was fun.
Yeah. And a rivalry, and a lifelong rivalry came to an end.
Yes.
Yeah.
After several decades.
Hanukkah heals all.
Yes, that quote needs to be a thing. Hanukkah heals all.
So, I guess overall thoughts on this?
This is my, not to give away spoilers if I ever do a show on my channel about top holiday specials, but yeah, this is the number one.
Oh wow.
Without a doubt. For me. I've watched it every year. I will continue to watch it every year. I freaking love it so much. And again, I'm sure a lot of that is, because I've been watching it practically all my life, so nevertheless, it's a good one to have been watching practically all of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely think it really holds up. I mean, of course, besides the Dee Dee character, because Dee Dee just plain sucks. But I think it holds up really well. Like Blue Dragon 5 said, I think the A plot and the B plot come together very flawlessly. Angelica's got a good storyline. Everyone's got good stuff to do in this episode. Very good comedy. Very good lessons. I think my favorite part of this episode is probably the way that they actually incorporate Christmas into it.
Oh yeah, that is clever. Shoehorning it in, getting it in there because it is a presence.
And I don't even think it's shoehorning. It's just like you said.
No, shoehorning wasn't the word I meant. I don't think.
Yeah. It's definitely like Angelica said. Hanukkah. It's basically the time of year where between Thanksgiving and Christmas, where all the best
Christmas and misgiving.
Yeah. So overall, very, very strong, and it kind of puts a little bit of a wrinkle on our formula, kind of maybe Blue Dragon 5, maybe another formula can be possibly celebrating a non-Christmas holiday while Christmas is going on.
Yeah, I'm sure also we got some bits of formula here and there, such as rivalries coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or
at least
I think, if anyone is going to be just ignoring Hanukkah and focusing on Christmas, it would be Angelica.
Of course. And all right, well, you guys know the drill. We always look for the good formulas because, gosh darn it, we're on a mission to kind of pick all these formulas out and kind of create the ultimate Christmas special.
And how do we determine what elements work into that special, Tiki? How do we do that? What's our process for that?
By putting the menorah under the microscope.
Yes, what he said. Next
time.
time.
I'm spinning the dreidel. Let's see what it ends up on. It's a gimbal. I win! Let me try my box of donuts.
La 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 la.
Alright.